Hello guys, and welcome to a new series. This is a new series, but this is going to be slightly different to all the other series that I've been doing. You see, instead of doing a normal Minecraft, go around, collect items, and build stuff, I thought I might do something that would give me something to do in between those sort of episodes. So, even though my text is not working, I'm not on the internet either, so that probably explains it. I'm going to be doing a time lapse. Now, you may ask how I'm going to be doing a time lapse when I'm most likely going to be playing in first person, and that's kind of tricky. Well, the way I'm going to do it is like this. So, I have two accounts, and I have logged both of them in, and I have started a LAN world. I've had the account that I'm using as the camera now, which is the one I'm controlling now, for a lot longer than I've had the Freak Sound one. I even used it back when I started this YouTube channel for a bit, and then I got my new one, and yeah. So guys, I'm going to be using this one as my camera. It's going to be hovering above wherever I'm going to build, and then I'm going to be using my other guy just to do all the stuff that I need to, which is going to be pretty simple, I think. So yeah, I don't know what else to say apart from that. The only other thing is that I am going to have to keep it like this, just to make it a little... How do I describe this? Hang on, wait, let me just try something. I might not have to... Hang on. Maybe I don't have to... Yes, there we go, okay. So I'm going to have it like this, and now I can't move. Wait, what? Hang on, That may not work as well as I thought it would. I will probably have to work this out later on, but maybe if I keep these down all the way to like that, then I can go like that. Come on. I might just have to leave it like this. That's probably the best way of doing it. And then I switch to my other account, which I am now controlling. And up there you can see that I am moving around and everything. So yeah, this is how I'm going to do it. Hopefully it won't be too hard. And I'm going to speed this up by 4. So I'm going to do 2 hours of footage, which will then squash down into 15 minutes of actual footage for you. So guys, sit back, relax, and let's play this time lapse.